Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me? And Assalamualaikum. Selamat petang. Eva, can you hear me? Waalaikumsalam. Okay, maksudnya dengar lah tu. Hello Claire. Selamat petang semua. Hello everybody. Okay. How are you guys today? Can you all finish my work? Honestly? Can you finish all of the 39 questions, which I believe dalam masa 2 hari I know it's difficult to finish all of it, but can you tell me honestly that can you really finish them? 39 questions there? Or it's difficult? Agak rushing, miss. Yes, exactly. Dan saya tak minta pun untuk, as I said, hampir tak sempat tapi we do as fast as we can. Yeah, not all, miss. Yeah, I didn't expect. My expectation is not 100% you all finish the work. Okay, please do know that I just only need like 70% or 60% that you can do some of it. Okay, bukannya semua. And then saya tahu ada juga yang belum submit lagi, and it's not a problem to me because as long as you can submit, even today you want to submit, maybe at night you want to submit, or you want to submit tomorrow, or anytime that you feel you can finish all of the questions pun boleh. Saya terima saja. Okay, saya tidak saya okey lah kalau kamu hantar lambat sedikit pun. Saya tak kisah, asalkan hantar. Itu saja yang saya mahukan, because at the end of the week I will check one by one who is submitting their work, who is not. Okay, jadi saya mohon lah, walaupun kamu lambat submit, but still you submit. Okay, jangan tak submit langsung. Itu je permintaan saya. Can you fulfill that, please? Can you fulfill that for me? Evel tanya saya, how are you doing? I'm good. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Boleh ya? Okay. Alright. So we shall start now. Let's start now. So hari ni saya akan habis awal. Saya akan cubalah habiskan awal before 4 or tepat-tepat pukul 4 sebab saya perlu prepare untuk 6 orang UPS, backup UPS 2 yang belum lagi yang tak boleh hadir semalam tu lah. So now I will start teaching the first question, which is 29. Kita akan bincang soalan 29, soalan 35, soalan 37 dan 39. All of these questions are quite good that you have chosen, that you have voted, because all of that 4 questions are quite related to each other. Okay, so now I'm going to start with 29. Okay, find a cubic polynomial qx is equals to, ada 3 faktor dekat sini, satisfying the following conditions. So the conditions ada 2. The first condition is the coefficient of x cube is 1. So dekat sini sebenarnya kita boleh faham bahawa ax cube plus bx squared plus cx plus d, this is the cubic function where dia kata the coefficient untuk x squared is 1. So this is actually 1. Okay, so the coefficient untuk x squared plus x cube, the coefficient untuk x cube adalah 1. That's the meaning of the first condition. Okay. Well, the second condition is, this is the most important thing that we have to use. Okay. So, kita akan start 29A. Okay, 29A given to us coefficient of x cube is 1. Okay, saya tulis dulu. And also given to us q, what is it? Q negative 1 is equals to 0. Q2 is equals to 0. And Q3 is equals to negative 8. So now, if you look at all of this Q means the coefficient lah. Okay, Q is the coefficient, Qx. It is just now when we submit the value of negative 1 and 2, if we submit the value of negative 1 and 2 into this into this polynomial, we will get 0. Maksudnya, dua benda ni adalah factor theorem. This 2 is coming from factor theorem. Saya short form factor theorem, THM. So the theorem said if the polynomial is equals to 0, then this is called, dia dipanggil sebagai factor untuk polynomial tersebut. Okay, so kalau Q in bracket negative 1, meaning, how do we write the factor? How do we write it? We write it as x plus 1 is a factor of Qx. Is one of the factor lah actually. Salah satu daripada 3. Do you understand me? So from this factor theorem, kita boleh keluarkan konklusinya. Bukan konklusi, kita boleh keluarkan maklumat bahawa macam mana nak tulis dalam bentuk factor. Macam mana dalam bentuk factor? Factor mesti dalam kurungan. Kurungan yang macam mana? Kurungan x tambah 1 untuk yang ini. Manakala yang ini pula x tolak 2. So both of these are factors. Mengikut factor theorem. Understand? Faham ke apa Miss cakap? So now I'll keluarkan information dia. I write down as x plus 1 is a factor of Qx. It's a factor of Qx. Manakala yang ini pula x minus 2 is a factor of Qx. So kita ada dua factor daripada dua maklumat ini. Okay? Dua factor daripada dua maklumat disebabkan the remainder is equal to 0. Do you understand that yang saya highlightkan ni, yang saya highlight warna pink ni, this pink color, kenapa dia 0? Kenapa kita panggil dia factor? Kenapa kita panggil dia factor theorem? Because the remainder is 0. This is remainder 0. Macam mana Miss tahu remainder 0? When you do long division, and you find, alamak, let me write down. When you do long division and you have quotient atas, bawah ni you have bawah ni remainder, right? But the remainder is 0. So when the remainder is 0, itulah yang merujuk kepada factor theorem tersebut. Itulah yang dimaksudkan sebagai factors. The factors means the remainder is 0. I think you should write it down. Okay, bulatkan ni. Tolong bulatkan ni. Dan tulis remainder is 0. Saya takut some of you macam terlepas pandang. Okay, actually this equal to 0 maksudnya remainder dia 0. Sebab itulah bila remainder dia kosong, mereka dipanggil as factors of the polynomial. That's all. Kalau remainder theorem pula, if you look at the remainder theorem, if a polynomial px is divided by x minus a, then the remainder is PA. Okay. Right? Kalau PA is equals to 0, maksudnya this is a factor. This is what we call as a factor. The thing is remainder is not always 0. So when it is not always 0, it will have a value up to the question. So in this case, yang ini kita faham, oh yang inilah yang dimasukkan sebagai remainder is equal to negative 8. Inilah yang inilah yang dimana kamu perlu faham yang ini mempunyai remainder. Okay, and this is not factor. Kalau remainder dia non-zero, yang ini bukan factor. Okay, factor hanya dipanggil apabila remainder kosong sahaja. Nampak ya perbezaan? Maybe I should write it down. X minus 3 is not a factor. Is not a factor. Sebab remainder dia non-zero. Non-zero yang dimaksudkan adalah negative 8. Itulah perbezaan yang sangat ketara mengenai factor theorem dan juga remainder theorem. Okay, I hope that is very very clear now. So now dah keluarkan dua information di sini, bolehlah kita tulis balik equation QX. QX is equals to X, tadi atas ni, X plus A X plus B dan X plus C. So kita boleh masukkan two factors. Kita ada dua jawapan dah. Kita actually dah ada dua jawapan dah untuk polynomial kita QX. So we can just sub it in. We can just masukkan nilai A dan nilai B. Okay, maybe I write it down. So X plus 1 is one factor dan juga X minus 2 is another factor. Okay, dan juga X plus C tak tahu. So basically we have find the value of A and B. From these two conditions, we already got the answer for our polynomial. Cumanya kita tak ada lagi satu punya factor. We don't have it. So if we don't have it, we just have to find it. We find it by using the remainder theorem. Okay, so by using the remainder theorem, Q3 is equals to negative 8. Okay, Q3 is equals to negative 8. So what you can do is just sub in here, duplicate it and equal it to 8. Okay, tukarkan 3 ni, maybe I should use 3 lah dekat sini. Orange color. Saya tukarkan X saya kepada nombor 3, kepada nilai 3. So I change all of the X over there into becoming 3 and 3. See, by just using the remainder theorem here, kalau kamu fahamlah betul-betul bahawa ini adalah remainder. Sebab tu kena faham betul-betul apa maksud dia. Faham maksud, fahamlah, tahulah cara nak buat. Very easy je. You will love this chapter. Sebab itulah saya ajar dalam seminggu saja. Okay. Dia tidak susah. So negative 8 is equals to 4 times 1 times 3 plus c. So it is actually 12 plus 4c is equals to negative 8. And then 4c is equals to negative 20. So c is equals to negative 5. Yay! So that's it. That's your c. So dah dapat nilai c. Bolehlah masukkan c ini. Bolehlah masukkan negative 5 ke dalam c. And so you write it down. Your qx is eventually equal to, I just duplicate it there, and I change the negative c into plus 5. Ta-da! Plus 5 or negative 5? Plus 5, right? Yeah, it's plus 5. Is it plus 5? No, it's not plus 5. Hati-hati. Sorry about that. Pada asalnya, dia adalah x plus c, am I right? What you do is just sub in the value of negative 5 into the the polynomial over there. Yeah. It should be negative 5. Sorry about that. A little bit confusing. Yeah, that's your answer. Negative 5. Okay, just masukkan saja nilai C ke dalam, masukkan saja nilai negative 5 ke dalam equation tersebut. Dia tak ada kaitan langsung dengan factor theorem. Tak ada kaitan. Okay? Don't get confused from that. This is just very, very simple. My bad. It's just a very, very, very tiny little mistakes over there. Okay? So just sub in the value of negative 5 into the polynomial there. Just masukkan saja ke dalam QX di sini. Okay? Tak ada kaitan dengan any theorem. So let's move on to the next question. Kita dah jawab soalan A dan kita nak cari soalan B. So question B, a polynomial of Px, yada has a factor of x plus 2 and remainder. Oh, dia ada factor dan dia juga ada remainder. When it's divided by x plus 1. So we have two information here. The first information, I use the yellow highlighter. And the second information, I use pink highlighter. So we have two information, we extract it out first. Okay, keluarkan maklumat dulu. So 29B given Px is equal to ax cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x plus 18. Okay, is it correct? Okay, and then we also given that two information, a factor. What is it? The factor has a factor. X plus 2 is a factor of Px. You should write it down. Tulis dulu information yang penting dekat sini. So this is the first information. The second information is remainder. Okay, Px is equals to remainder. Remainder dia apa? Remainder is 2x plus 18 when divided by x plus 1. 2x plus 18 when divided by x plus 1. So actually belakang ni, when divided by x plus 1, this is actually the linear This is the linear where you know that this is x is equals to -1. So this x is equals to -1 should be inside of this polynomial. Ya, begini. So inilah cara penulisan untuk information yang kedua. This is how you extract information yang kedua, di mana kamu faham remainder theorem. This is actually a remainder theorem. So remainder theorem, just make sure you equal to the what is given to you. Apa yang diberi pada kamu adalah 2x plus 18, right? And then make sure you change the x into the value. Value apa? Value yang dia bagi linear di sini. When you make it equal to 0, you will get x is equals to -1. Just make sure you sub in the -1 into the polynomial over there, into the x there lah. So yang ini pun kena tukar jadi -1. Okay, so let me change that. Maybe I can delete this first, isn't it? I put it px first so that you know that we need to change the x into the value of -1. Maybe this is better. This is understandable, more understandable here. Okay, saya harap dia lebih difahami lah. So just make sure you understand that this is what we call as remainder theorem. Okay, the second one is the remainder theorem and the first one is the factor theorem. Sebab tu sangat penting untuk faham dua-dua theorem ni. Dua-dua ni sangat berkait. Okay, usually PSPM memang suka bagi jenis soalan begini. Suka bagi putar-putar ayat, faham-faham sendiri. Okay. And then, therefore, you have two information. When you have two information, you can proceed. You can proceed with step 1. Do you remember step 1 dulu saya kata find number of factor. Sebab soalan dia kata find the values of A and B, hence factorize completely. Okay, satu benda yang saya nak bagi tips. When you see the word factorize completely, bermaksud factors dia, kalau sini cubic kan, this is cubic, right? Oh, hang on. This is cubic, right? When this is cubic, you know that you will have 3 factors, you know. You will have 3 factors and all of that factors will be equal to 0. Okay, itulah maksudnya factorize completely. Factorize completely means you will know that this thingy, that this px, that this polynomial px can be factorized. Maksudnya bila dia boleh factorize, maksudnya dia ada faktor. There are 3 factors there. Okay, ada 3 factors dekat sini. So that's the meaning of factorize completely. Maksudnya dia boleh dipecahkan menjadi beberapa faktor. And all of them is going to be equal to 0. Itu maksudnya boleh factorize, maksudnya boleh ada faktor lah. Senang faham kan? Factorize completely maksudnya boleh difaktorkan. Apabila boleh difaktorkan, bermaksud dia akan mempunyai factors. Okay? So, back to the first step, find the number of factor dekat sini. Do you remember in my video, I said that the formula is the highest power will be minus by 2, right? So in this case, our highest number of factors is 3, and then minus by 2. So number of factor kita adalah 1. Okay, Miss, kenapa nak kena buat step 1 ni, Miss? Because nanti saya explain. Bagi saya, go on to the second step first. So then step 2, use what informations that you have here. Use this, duplicate this. I'm just going to duplicate that, make it a little bit smaller. And this is where I want to use my factor. Saya tadi yang kata, saya tadi yang dah berjumpa dengan my highest power. Let me arrange this nicely, shall we? So highest power minus 2. Remember, this is just, nanti saya bagi tahu kenapa. Let me just do this first, okay? Step 1 dan step 2. Why do we have to find the highest power minus 2? It is just because untuk mendapatkan markah yang penuh lah. Dalam exam, untuk mendapat markah yang penuh, kita perlukan the highest power, 3 minus by 2, and we got 1, right? So this one factor is actually one factor. Only one factor is needed. One factor only is needed to do long division tau. To process, to selain to do apa? Selain to be applied lah, senang cerita. To be applied in the long division. Itu maksud dia. Kenapa nak kena cari number of factors ni? It is just how many factors that we can apply to do the long division. That we can apply using the long division. Itu maksud dia. So, sebab kalau you cari banyak factors, kalau you cari 3 factors terus, buat apa nak pakai long division dah, betul tak? So, that means you are just trying an error. So, when you trying an error, factor-factor tersebut, tak best lah. Try and error macam guna calculator je. So, it's not nice in working steps, in exam. So, in exam, of course, there are markah tu bukan pada hujung je. Markah tu pada setiap steps. 1 mark. So in order to give you a lot of marks, you have to go to the long division. Faham ke maksud Miss? So you have to go to the long division first. When you have gone through the long division, okay, dalam ni PX kamu, and then you letak X plus 2 outside. You do long division, and then you will get a quotient. That quotient will, all of this going to have a lot more steps and a lot of marks to be given to you in exam. Is it clear? Okay, sebab itulah only one factor is allowed to do the long division. Okay, so now we will proceed with the long division. So now let's just use what we have here, put it in there, and I put X plus 2 outside. Okay. So now, I think I skipped one step. I think I skipped something. I know I skipped something because the moment I can't do this, having an unknown over here. This is unknown. When this is unknown, I can't proceed doing it. So I know from there, I have to find A first. Macam soalan? Lah, padan lah. Okay, factorize completely. That is the moment where we apply long division. Okay, another tips for you guys. When you see factorize completely, when you see the word factorize completely, maksudnya kita memang akan go through long division. Tapi saya tak boleh pergi ke long division disebabkan saya belum cari find the value of A and B. And so that's why I'm so blur right now. And I should bring all of this going, I should bring all of that going down. Okay. So yang atas ni pula, di sinilah akan menjadi pembantu kita. Dua information dekat sini akan menjadi pembantu kita. No, it's here and here. I think I should highlight them, right? Make it a bit smaller. Why is it so big? Okay, let me highlight this. This and that will be our helper in finding A and B. So let's go find A and B first. Apologize. So, by using the factor theorem, by the understanding of factor theorem, this first information maksudnya P2, no, not 2, P negative 2. P negative 2 is equals to 0 because this is the understanding of the factor theorem. Okay, whatever, when it is called as a factor, bermaksud remainder dia wajib kosong. And so that is the first info. So tinggal masukkan sahaja, duplicate, equal it to 0, masukkan X ini, tukarkan dia kepada negative 2. So nak buat apa duplicate pun kena buang juga. So A times negative 2 cube minus 4 times squared plus 6 x plus 18 is equals to 0. So you sub in your value of negative 2 inside and you will get negative 8a plus 16 minus 16 minus 12 plus 18 is equals to 0. So your A is equals to can you really solve it? No, you can't, right? B, where's my B? This is not, oh my god. So sorry guys. Ini bukan 6, this is B. Oh, this is B. Anyone should have told me about that. This is B, this is not 6. Oh my god. Maybe I should put it in red. A and B plus BX. Adalah keliru. So minus 2B. So saya nak jadikan dia positif boleh? Nantilah kejap lagi lah jadikan dia positif. So negative 8A minus 2B. So here got negative 2 is equals to negative 2. Therefore 4A plus B is equals to 1 will be our first equation. So kita akan ada dua equation sebabkan kita ada dua info yang berbeza. That is our factor theorem. So I'm going to put it there. That is the first info. I think I'm going to need some more paper to bring this down. Okay, so now let's use the second info, which is the remainder theorem. So the remainder theorem pula, copy saja. What do we have here? P negative 1 is equals to 2 times negative 1 plus 18. I think I've explained this already, right? So I don't have to explain again. Sebab kamu faham kan? Mengikut ayat tersebut, this is the remainder by using the remainder theorem. And dia kata divided by x plus 1, which means our x is equals to negative 1. So sub in the negative 1 into the polynomial there. And so we know that our p negative 1 is just actually equal to 16. Yeah, 16. So kita tinggal masukkan sahaja ke dalam polinomial PX kita. Okay, so our polynomial is A what? A bracket cube, buat rangka dulu boleh, minus 4 bracket squared plus B times bracket plus 18 huduhnya tulisannya, plus 18 equal to 0. And so I sub in my value of negative 1 into the polynomial. Okay, so I will get negative A minus 4 minus B plus 18 is equals to 0. Kenapa tulisan saya besar sangat ni? And so negative A minus negative B equal to negative 14. Besar pula 14. 16, something wrong somewhere. Oh my god, I'm so sorry guys. Y equal to 0 means 0 should be 16. Yeah, exactly. Kadang bila nak buat cepat sangat, saya pun careless. Thank you so much guys. Should be equal to 16 because of our remainder is 16. Yeah, apologies. Saya nak cepat sangat tadi sebab saya dok compare dengan yang atas ni. Sebab itulah saya macam terikut saja. Padahal tidak. It's equal to 0 because it's factor theorem. Is equals to 16 because of the remainder theorem. Okay, thank you everybody over there. Thank you for all of the response. So here barulah dapat negative A minus negative B is equals to 2. Therefore A plus B is equals to negative 2, sorry. So that will be my second equation. Okay, so I have two equations over there. Why is it small over here? So I have two equations over there. What you have to do is use simultaneous equation. I want you to do by yourself. Use simultaneous equation, DIY, and hence you will get A is equals to 1 and B is equals to negative 3. Okay, please do it by yourself. And we got our value of A and B already. So bila dah dapat, barulah kita boleh masukkan ke dalam polynomial kita. So our PX is equals to AX cube. AX cube maksudnya 1x cube. So just letak x cube lah kan. So x cube minus 4x plus B. So minus 3x plus 18. That's all. That's all. We should stop there. That is our PX. Okay. So yeah, I hope you really understand what I have described to you, the meaning of remainder theorem and the factor theorem. So bila faham betul-betul, sangat senang je kan nak buat. Masukkan saja PX. Masukkan saja nilai A dan B ke dalam PX kamu. And so you can proceed with your long division here. Sorry, saya terskip tadi cari A dan B. I'm so sorry. So this is 1x cubed. Okay, leave it there. And here at the back is minus 3x plus 18. Oh God. Yeah. So barulah barulah cantik long division kita kan. Kalau tak macam mana nak solve dengan unknown tersebut. Kalau sini unknown, sini pun unknown, tak apa. But the thing is, dia yang suruh cari A dan B dulu kan. So, I'll just go fast here. X times X is X. No. X squared times X is X cubed minus 2X squared. Make a long line over here. Okay. And then here should be 0 and here will be negative 2x squared minus 3x plus 18. Wah, apa aku buat ni? Here is plus. Because x squared plus, times 2. I should get positive 2x squared. Okay, so here should be negative 6x squared. So atas ni pula negative 6x. Okay, so negative 6x squared minus 12x and then here got 0 and here negative 3 plus 12 is 9x plus 18. And here gonna be plus 9, so 9x plus 18. And so everything here is perfectly fine. We have remainder kita 0. So yeah, memang ngam lah. As I said, untuk factor theorem, whenever the from here you know already, your long division should be 0. Having a remainder 0. So kalau remainder dia 0, memang ngam lah, factor theorem dia betul. So now what you should do is write down in terms of Px is over to divisor is equals to quotient plus remainder divided by divisor kan. So yang ni patut hafal dan darabkan everything dengan divisor. You akan berjumpa dengan Px is equals to Qx times who? Times dx plus remainder x. So now you can just write down your quotient. Put your quotient. Put your divisor besides. Okay. Tolong hafal ya. This is where you have to hafal. This too is needed to write down after every long division. Okay, this thing is very important after long division. Mesti ditulis. And then plus 0. Plus 0 because remainder is 0. So nak letak boleh, tak letak pun tak apa. But just do know that apa yang dimaksudkan factorize completely. Apa yang dimaksudkan factorize completely meaning you cannot leave your answer begitu for the fact that you know it can be factorized also. In becoming, dia boleh juga difaktorkan menjadi x times x is x squared, 3 times 3 is 9, minus 3 is negative 6, negative 3 is negative 6. So there you go. You boleh pecahkan dia menjadi magic di sini. And then darabkan yang terakhir sekali x plus 2. Ta-da! So you have just factorized completely there. And you also know that this thing is actually the same. These factors are the same, so you can put squared over there. Yang inilah baru jawapan yang terakhir sekali untuk Px yang telah difaktorkan completely. So that is how you do questions that asking for factorize completely. Okay, questions that asking for factorize completely memang kena lalui long division. Itu saja yang saya boleh cakap. Okay, factorize completely means you have to go through long division untuk dapatkan markah yang penuh. Okay, bila faham, so you know, yeah, that's it. You want full marks, please go to the long division. And how many factor that you should try, that you should put in here as your divisor, it must be according to the formula highest power minus by 2. This is just the formula of finding the number of factor that should be used as the divisor. Itu sahaja. Okay, that's all. So please understand that in order to factorize completely, kena pakai long division. So long division perlu ada divisor. So the divisor dekat sini, how many divisor that you should use is according to the formula there, iaitu highest power tolak 2. So in this case, cubic memang usually satu je factor dia. So imagine if you have power 4, so highest power 4 minus 2, meaning you have to find 2 factors. Dan 2 factors tersebut perlu didarabkan, nanti jadilah divisor di sini. If using other method is not allowed, Miss must use long division ke for this type of question? Yes, that's the only way untuk mendapatkan full marks, Lim. If you really serious about having a full marks lah, because I know there are other ways, which mean you can use, you can try and error, isn't it? What you want to try is, yeah, you boleh try and error the factors here. Selain plus 2, you boleh try negative 1, kan? You want to try and error until you get the answers of the factors, right? Until you get each of these, right? You boleh memang cari, tapi you will never get full marks. Daripada contohlah ini 6 markah kan, you dapat 2 markah saja ataupun 2 markah, 3 markah. It's a lot difference over there, right? So please don't skip. Factorize completely is always going through, it is a must to go through long division first. Okay, untuk dapatkan full marks lah. So here goes the first step, the second step, and then here the third step. And the final step is to factor, the third step is the long division, so sorry. The third step is the long division. Okay, the third step is the long division, and the last step is where you factorize completely, that's all. Panjang soalan 29 ya. Let's go to question 35. So 35 dekat sini, find the, okay, a polynomial of px, fx, kali ni dia guna huruf f, has a factor of x plus 1. So express q in terms of p. Wow, soalan ni mencabar juga kan. So given, write it down, given x plus 1 is a factor of fx, Okay, so the way to write it is p, no, not p already, fx is equals to 0. So this is from the factor theorem. Factor theorem say whenever you have a factor, here will be x equals to negative 1. Okay, here will be x is equals to negative 1, sub into the, what do you call this? Sub into the polynomial. So sub in here negative 1 because of these factors lah. And you know that factor theorem means the remainder is 0. So what you can do is just sub in the negative 1 into the fx over there. So p in bracket cube plus p plus q in bracket squared plus p plus 2q in bracket plus 1 is equals to 0. So you sub in your negative 1 sebagai your x. Okay, and then you will get negative p plus q minus 2 minus p minus 2q plus 1 is equals to 0. So here I guess hilang lah kan. Negative p plus p is 0. So tinggal apa? Tinggal yang ni boleh selesaikan. We will get negative q minus p plus 1 is equals to 0. So your q is just equals to your q is just equals to 1 minus p. Sebab dia yang kata kita kena tulis express q in terms of p. So that is our question A. We have done it. We must express q in terms of p. Maksudnya q must be equal to yada-yada in terms of p. Okay, write down fx in terms of p and x. Wow. So let's go to question B. So maybe everything will be in terms of p. Our fx right now will be in terms of p. Let me write down first. Okay. So now dia nak kita masukkan 1 minus p ni ke dalam q. Itu masuk soalan tersebut. We must write everything is in terms of p and x only. So p x cube dah okay dah. First term is totally fine. The second term ni kena hati-hati. Plus 1 minus p kan. So the p will be disappeared. Tak apa, saya tulis je. Saya memang kena sub in the value of. I must show the substitution, okay? I cannot solve it directly. I must show to the pemeriksa yang saya tahu jalan kerja ni. That is how you must impress your examiner. Simplify it. So here you akan dapat P plus 2 minus 2P kan. So P minus 2P adalah negative P. So 2 minus P lah. So here in bracket 2 minus P. Saya saja letak warna oranye. Tak ada masuk apa-apa pun. X plus 1. So yada. Tada. This is our fx. That is our fx. We have done this one. Determine the quotient when fx is divided by x plus 1. Determine the quotient. Okay, kalau macam ni, determine the quotient maksudnya memang kena pakai long division when it is divided by x plus 1. So x plus 1 So there you go. Use long division. By using the long division, let's just copy this part. And yeah, just copy that and put your divisor x plus 1. Soalan tadi dia kata x plus 1 kan? Yeah, divisor kita x plus 1. So now, what should we do? Okay, I know just now I said, oh, there can't be unknown over there. Sebelum ni saya kata, Allahu Akbar, apa ni? Sebelum ni saya kata dalam ni tak boleh ada unknown kan. But in this case, ada unknown P. Okay, just now, I did it wrongly because I didn't read the questions. Okay, just now because I didn't read the questions to find the value of A and B. That question is really, really needed to find A and B. In this case, we are not given P. Kita tak diberi pun value of P. We just being asked to solve, to be divided, to divide this thing with x plus 1 using what you have only, which is in terms of P and X. So we just have to move on to use it. So we must times px squared. Sebab px squared darabkan dengan x akan dapat px cube. So px cube plus. How do I know it's plus? Well, I should check first that px squared times 1 should be plus px squared. Then baru saya letak bracket. Mesti letak bracket You tak letak bracket memang confusing. Okay, bracket minus. Depan ni confirm akan jadi 0. Belakang ni akan jadi 1 minus P in bracket squared. Yeah. So, I know you can write down. I know you boleh tulis macam ni juga. You mesti nak tulis x squared minus px squared. The thing is, x squared boleh difakturkan. Boleh dikeluarkan dan tinggallah 1 minus p di dalam. So, it's not wrong if I factorize it earlier. It's not wrong at all. So, I just factorize it earlier and bring the rest of it down. And then I have to think of what should I do next pula di belah sini. So what times x gonna give me 1 minus p times x squared. So it is just 1 minus p x. So jangan takut. Yang penting kamu faham konsep di mana yang atas ni bila didarabkan dengan x akan dapat yang ini, akan dapat nilainya sendiri, iaitu 1 minus px squared. At the back here, I'll get 1 minus px. And then put a red bracket over there, and then put minus. Okay, and so depan ni confirm akan jadi 0. Here gonna be 0. At the back here is x plus 1. Do you know why x plus 1? Do you want me to teach you guys about that? So yang last kali actually plus 1 because 1 times x is x. 1 times 1 is 1. So at the back here is just x plus 1. Ta-da! So we have finished our long division there. Okay. Bila soalan kata kita boleh divided by. Mana soalannya? Bila dia yang kata the quotient, find the quotient when it is divided by x plus 1 kan. So kalau dia yang kata boleh dibahagikan dan dia minta cari quotient, confirm factor dia confirm remainder dia mesti kosong. Okay, because this is a statement saying that dia memang boleh dibahagikan. Bila dia boleh dibahagikan, maksudnya bila kita buat long division, remainder dia wajib kosong. Okay, so this is our quotient. This is our quotient already. So you just put in conclusion, our quotient is just equals to px squared plus 1 minus p x plus 1. That is our quotient. Guys, do you understand belakang ni ataupun kamu nak saya explain sedikit kenapa? So, this is actually 2 minus P. Dia suruh minus with, imagine tolakkan dengan 1 minus P. Alah, tak muat lah. Okay, saya tulis sini 2 minus P minus 1 minus P. Okay, 2 minus P minus 1 plus P. So, P hilang lah. Tinggallah 2 minus 1 which is 1. So, 1 apa? 1x. Okay. That's why saya letak x dekat sini. Sebab variable dia 1. Coefficient dia 1. Okay. So, this thing, tolak this thing is actually 1x. Because this is actually, just imagine this is a number of x. And this is also a number of x. So, a number of x minus with number of x, you only get 1x. Okay. Do it slowly and you will understand kenapa sini 1x. Okay. Go on to the next question, iaitu C. Soalan C dia kata find the value of P if x is one of the roots of fx. Oh god, dia boleh letak arrow pula. Find the value of P. Find the value of P if one of the roots Okay, one of the roots of the fx. Okay, do you want me to recall this? Okay, maybe I should put it going down. Okay, I put it here lah. Soalan kata x equals to 3. Soalan C kan, x equals to 3 is one of the root. One of the roots, salah satu daripada banyak roots of the fx is equals to 0. So this statement ada connection dengan zeros of polynomial, di mana dia kata x equals to a is a root of polynomial equal to 0. Okay, so when polynomial equal to 0, maksudnya dia mesti ada factors. Okay, mesti ada factors. Whenever you see any polynomial equal to 0, maksudnya you will imagine that they will have a factors. When they have a factors, everything will be equal to 0. In this case, fx kita adalah cubic lah kan. So, kalau kamu tahu dia cubic, kamu tahu dia akan ada 3 jenis bracket, means 3 jenis factors, and everything is equals to 0. And here said one of the roots, maksudnya kita tahu factor dia adalah x minus 3. X minus 3 is one of the factor. Of px. Of fx lah. Of fx. Okay. So in this case, x minus 3 is one of it. Kita tak tahu lagi 2. Right? So, you kena faham yang zeros of polynomial ada kaitan dengan factor theorem. Okay? Zeros of tulis situ nota, ada kaitan dengan factor theorem. That's what I meant. Ada kaitan dengan factor theorem. Okay, dia melibatkan factor lah. Zeros of polynomial, lagi-lagi root dekat sini, perkataan root dekat sini. Confirm saya dah tahu. Ni semua factors lah ni. Ni semua ada factors. Factors meaning remainder will be equal to 0 and hence that x minus 3 is one of the factors. Is one of the factors of polynomial apa? Fx. So in this case dia guna huruf F kan? Pakai je fx. So yeah, you know how to okay, you dah dapat satu information, apa yang lagi soalan dia minta. And then find the value of p first. Find the value of p if x is equals to 3. So you know that how to write it. You will know how to write f in bracket is equal to 0 because this is factor theorem. Okay, this is factor theorem ya. Factor theorem maksudnya memasukkan nilai negatif 3 ini, negatif 3 pula. Masukkan nilai 3 ini, ke dalam factor theorem. Masukkan nilai 3 ni ke dalam factor theorem. And so we can just use the polynomial and make it equal to 0 and then sub in the value of 3 into your fx. Shall I duplicate this because this is my fx? Maybe I want to change it into what color just now? Green, yeah. Yeah, I'll use green. Make everything is equals to 0, right? But I have to change my x into becoming 3 lah. Okay, I have to change that. So I just write it down, okay? Saya buat rangka dulu, nanti saya padam. So P 3 cube plus 3 squared plus 2 minus P times 3 plus 1 is equals to 0. So you sub in your 3 into the polynomial. You sub it in. So I can now delete this sebab tak perlu tulis pun yang ni. Just direct saja. Kena faham bahawa kenapa equal to 0? It's because of this statement. One of the roots, saya cakap tadi, ada berkaitan dengan factor theorem. Okay, factors. Dia ada berkaitan dengan factors. Any roots will be connected with factors. I hope you really understand that. Okay. And so you bolehlah cari P sebab tinggal unknown P sahaja. So you will get you will get 27p plus 9 plus 6 minus 3p plus 1 and equal to 0. And so here goes 24p is equals to 16. Negative 16. So P is equals to negative 16 divided by 24. Boleh bahagikan dengan 4. 8. Kita bagi dengan 8, kita akan dapat negative 2 bahagi 3. So there we go. Our value of P is equals to negative 2 over 3. So yeah, that's it. That is our value of P. Cumanya sekarang ni dia minta factorize completely. Isn't it? Yeah. So dia minta using the value of P factorize completely. Tadi saya kata, Miss, untuk factorize completely, kita kena go through long division. Kan? Yeah, exactly. Have we gone through the long division? Jawab saya sekarang. Have we gone through the long division already? Untuk soalan polynomial fx here. As I said, soalan ni dia minta factorize completely. So for these particular questions, have we gone through the long division already? This is polynomial fx. This is also polynomial fx. Have we gone through? Kita dah buat ke long division untuk factorize completely? Ke kita kena fikir untuk buat lagi long division? Tell me now. I won't proceed until you give some response. Yes, indeed, we have gone through it. Lim seorang je ke? Kalau Lim pun buat tanda question mark dekat situ. Yes, we have gone through it already because this is our function of fx. Kita dah go through the long division already. So we have one factor. So sekarang ni dia bagi lagi satu factor. Can you imagine that? Dia dah bagi satu factor. Kita dah tahu one of the factor. Kat sini pun kita dah tahu, factor kedua. Now we only need to find one more factor. Okay, so kita dah buat pun long division. Farahin kata buat lagi sekali. Tidak perlu buat lagi sekali. Tidak perlu buat sekali lagi, Farahin. But good try. You are very brave over there. Okay, so kita tak perlu buat long division lagi sekali sebab soalan B dan soalan C adalah soalan yang sama. If you read the question very carefully, dia masih memakai polynomial fx. Fx is equals to 0, tak kisah. Yang penting fx is equals to 0 means this is connected to the factor theorem. Okay, factor theorem maksudnya this will be our factors. X minus 3 is a factor and X plus 1 is a factor. So kita dah ada satu factor, kita dah ada dua factor, kita tinggal cari lagi another one factor. Okay, because they are the same polynomial, they are the same fx, the same polynomial. Maksudnya proceed je lah. Kita tinggal proceed sahaja, cari another one factor. Another one factor is just by using, okay, sabar. So untuk menjawab soalan yang terakhir, when P is equals to negative 2 over 3, our fx is equals to what? No, I need this. Sorry guys. Saya tak boleh tulis tanpa saya tahu apakah dia punya fx. I need to know the function. I need to know the polynomial lah. Baru saya boleh masukkan P. So masukkan P. Masukkan P bukan masukkan X. So masukkan P. Negative 2 over 3. Negative. Oh God. So plus 3 over 2 lah. 2 over 3, sorry. And so what do you get? You will get negative 2 over 3 x squared, x cubed, plus x squared plus seven over 3. 7 over 3, right? Sorry, 8 over 3. So that's your value, right? Okay, yeah, that's your value. Tapi, can you imagine, Miss, kalau dalam bentuk ni, macam mana kita nak factorizekan dia? Macam susah je nak nampak, betul tak? Ya, memang susah nak nampak. So, I write it down here. Susah nak nampak. Susah nak nampak. Exactly. Memang susah nak nampak, maka susah untuk factorize. Saya tak nafikan, benda tu memang betul. Jadi, instead of actually sub in your P into the original polynomial fx, actually, it is good if we take account, if we really take account of tuliskan betul-betul kita punya px tau. Let me move this down for a bit. Okay, maksud saya kita mengambil berat cara penulisan px. Kalau kita ambil berat, px is equals to quotient times apa tadi? Quotients times divisor plus remainder. Okay, how about we take account of this, use this. If we use this, we can have a factor punya apa? Cara penulisan tau. So I'm just going to use my quotient there and also my divisor there. My divisor is x plus 1. Duplicate lah supaya kamu nampak. Oh, ni divisor. And then plus 0, right? Plus 0 because remainder is 0. Okay, remainder is 0. So saya nak make sure kamu faham kita perlu tuliskan it's not wrong if we after we use long division, after we have applied long division, it is always good to write down your apa? Your statement tau. This is a statement. This is a statement of long division. So this statement, I think it is very good to write it down because apabila soalan minta factorize completely, dia dah dalam bracket tau. Bila tidak dalam bracket, meaning senanglah untuk kita factorizekan yang belah ni pula. Kita tinggal masukkan je value of P dia. What we have to do is just, so actually this P sebenarnya adalah fx, betul tak? This is actually our fx. And then I duplicate this and I want to change this into orange color. So this is literally our factorize punya jawapan tau. Factorize px. Oh, bukan px. Our factorize of fx. Halfway through lah. Our halfway factorize punya fx. Halfway. Baru halfway sebab, kenapa baru halfway? Sebab baru je kita dapat yang ini yang paling kecil kan. Yang ini je yang paling factor. Yang ini belum lagi. So now I am going to copy this part. Duplicate this and bring it down. Bring it here. So that this thing, I delete this. I don't want to use this because this is so hard to factorize. Why do we want to factorize again? Dengan menggunakan yang 4 terms dekat sini. So here got 4 terms, right? And I have no idea to go through. It's not that I don't have any idea. I know that if I got this, I still can find my factors by using long division lah, by finding the factors lah. Boleh, tapi takkan nak buat lagi sekali. Penat lah. Okay, so tak nak buat lagi sekali. So I'm going to delete this and use my yang saya dah simplifiedkan tadi, you know, and then sub in my P over there. Here, this method is much easier, you know. This method is lebih mudah lah untuk dapatkan factorize completely tu. So here is negative 2 over 3x squared plus inside here is 5. Okay. So, dekat sini, Miss dah ada satu factor. If you really understand what I said, this is one factor already. So, here we'll produce two more factors sebabkan ni squared. Okay, this is squared. That's why we have two more factors lah. So, in this case, untuk dapatkan factor dekat sini, another 2 factors is where we have to factorize factorize something out, you know. So, kita boleh bawa keluar negative 1 over 3 outside. So, sebab bila kita bawa negative 1 over 3 outside, kita akan dapat 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. So, actually yang belakang ni memang boleh difaktorkan. Bila dia faktorkan, maybe I have to bring this a bit smaller. Okay, bila kita faktorkan dia, kita akan dapat -1/3 in bracket. See, we have 3 bracket already. Belakang ni memang x plus 1. Depan ni 2x times x is 2x squared. 1 here, 3 here. So that's 6 plus 1. Ta-da! There you go. We have the most, this is what we call as factorize completely. Okay? Factorize fx completely. Inilah yang dimaksudkan factorize completely. Memang agak complicated disebabkan dia ada dia ada constant di depan yang perlu kita faktorkan dulu, barulah kita boleh dapatkan 2 faktor. Barulah, factorize completely means you must have those factors. When you have those factors, this is what you call as factorize completely. Okay? So you don't have to do the long division again. What you have to do is just use what you have already. Kat sini soalan ni memang agak mencabar lah. This is a very, very smart question. To be honest, yes. Okay, untuk menjawab soalan Lim, Miss, we need to factorize fx completely. Question already given x plus 1. We only need to do factorization for quotient. Then become x minus 3 times 2 plus 1. Multiply with 2 plus 1. Answer appeared, right? But do you get -1/3, Lim? But does your answer, your final answer, do you get -1/3 as your final answer? Can you say that? Can you? No, you didn't get that, right? Jadi, itulah. Oh my God, exactly. Oh my God, you didn't get this. Padahal this is also one of the answers. Okay? Memang you dapat factors, but I don't really know how to explain this. But you do understand what I'm trying to deliver here, right? We just have to go through. Kita tak boleh pakai quotient sahaja lah, Lim. Because this fx is coming from your quotient darabkan dengan your divisor. Remember, this is from the long division. So from the long division, dia ada formula. Formula long division is qx times dx plus remainder 0. So this is actually where you can factorize completely, di mana one of the factors you dah ada. Sebab itulah sangat bagus. Ya, sebab itulah sangat bagus untuk pakaikan statement long division tu. Please ambil berat statement. Saya tengah cakap tentang statement of long division. Statement of long division yang saya maksudkan adalah ini. This formula. This formula is the long division punya formula yang ditulis dalam bentuk Px is equals to yada yada, yada yada, yada yada. Okay, this is needed. Sebab itulah long division is needed. After you have do long division, you must do the statement. After you have done the statement, barulah boleh factorize completely like that. Okay? I understand, just need more time to discuss the knowledge. Yeah, it's okay. Take your time. Okay? Tak salah pun. Cumanya saya harap kamu semua fahamlah mana benda ni datang. This is from the long division statement. Okay, statement maksud saya formula lah. Okay, statement maksud saya adalah formula. Formula yang Px is equals to you know what. Okay, because from there barulah kita boleh faktorkan dia menjadi 3 faktor yang berbeza. Okay. Shall we go to the next question? I think I can only discuss one of it only. Tak sangka chapter 6 ni quite long, right? So many things to write and explain. Antara 37 dan 39. Which one? 37 or 39? 37 or 39? Or 39. Saya akan tengok majority. So I need most of you to vote, not to vote, to just write that what you want. Tiga orang je. Okay, let's go there. Okay, ramai yang minta 37. So what we have here is given. Okay, given factors x minus 2 is a factor of px. Okay, soalan dia kata A and B are consonants. Consonants? Okay. Tak apalah, abaikan. Has the factor of, yeah. Okay, kita ada dua information kat sini. Information yang pertama adalah factor of. Information yang kedua adalah remainder of A cube when divided by x minus A. So there are two information here. One is factor theorem, another one is remainder theorem. Okay, so this is the first information where this is the factor theorem. While information kedua dia kata something, okay, Px, maybe I should use purple jugalah. P, okay, sebabkan huruf dia P, so we just gotta use P. Okay, you faham benda tu kan? You faham teknik tu. Kita pakai apa yang dia bagi. Dia bagi huruf P, P lah kita pakai. Dia bagi F, F lah kita pakai. So in this case, dia bagi kita P. So we just gotta use P. So P something is going to be equal to remainder of A cube. Okay, remainder A cube. Lepas tu dia kata when divided by x minus A. So from this here, from the remainder theorem over here, okay, kalau dia bagi nilai remainder yang non-zero, this is what we know as non-zero lah. Okay, so non-zero here, of course this is not a factor. Tapi kita faham this is x is equals to A. So the A can be subbed in into the polynomial. So you sub in your A there because of this. Easy. So you have two information already. If you have two information already, it's very easy to do the rest of the questions, isn't it? So the first info, The first info, okay, the first info tak habis lagi lah. Tak habis selesaikan. The first info, it should be P something. P something is equals to 0. That is the first info. So the first info, P something tu apa? Something tu adalah 2. Where is this 2 coming from? This 2 coming from because of x is equals to 2. From here. From a factor there. This is called a factor sebab remainder dia kosong. That is what we call as remainder theorem. That is what we call as the factor theorem. Factor theorem maksudnya remainder is equal to 0. Okay, sebab itulah sini remainder 0. Kalau sini non-zero. Non-zero is remainder theorem. Okay, boleh nampak dah kan perbezaan yang sangat-sangat ketara mengenai factor theorem dan juga remainder theorem. So from here, you know dia nak cari value of A and B kan. Sebab tu dia perlu ada 2 equation. Bila dia ada 2 equation, dia akan buat simultaneous equation. And when dia buat simultaneous equation, dapatlah nilai A dan B. So for the first one, P2 is equals to 0. What you have to do is just something cubed minus 2 something squared plus A times something plus B is equals to 0. And you just sub in your 2 inside of the polynomial and you will get 8 minus 8. Plus 2a plus b is equals to 0. And so, only 2a plus b is equals to 0. That is your first equation. Second equation is coming from the second information. Second information is P3, PA lah. PA is equals to A cubed. Okay, so again kita tulislah kita punya rangka. So something cube minus 2 something squared plus A something plus B is equals to 0. So that something is actually A. Sub in the value of A into the polynomial. Again, kenapa suka sangat equal to 0 ni? Is equals to A cube. My bad guys. Saya kan dah terbiasa sangat tau. Saya selalu start dengan factor theorem. And then saya ingat semua ni factor. Tak, okay. This is remainder theorem. Remainder theorem ikut pada apa yang dia minta. Apa yang dia bagi kita, okay. Dia bagi kita this thing. They give this to us, okay. They give this to us from the word ayat yang panjang dia yang kata A cube ni adalah remainder. Remainder kepada siapa? Remainder kepada polynomial P di mana dia dibahagikan oleh x minus A. That's why you sub in your A into the polynomial P. Okay, and everything here should be equals to the remainder, ya. Sebab follow ni. Sorry, my bad. Before this. So A cubed minus 2A squared plus A squared plus B equals to A cubed. Wow. So our A cube will be disappeared sebab A cube tolak A cube akan hilang. Manakala sini akan tinggal negative A squared plus B is equal to 0. So this will be our second equation. So now we have 2 different equations. So we have 2 equations. So do it yourself, simultaneous. Solve the simultaneous equation. And then your A and B, your A is equals to 0. Your A ada dua nilai. Your A is equals to 0 and A equals to negative 2. Pada asalnya saya nak suruh kamu buat sendiri. Tapi bila tengok macam dua jawapan ni, saya rasa better lah saya buatkan. Let's do it. Okay, what should I do now? I would do 1 minus 2. Sebab saya boleh eliminate B. Yeah, I want to eliminate B. So when I eliminate B, I will get 2A minus negative A squared equal to 0. So 2A plus A squared is equal to 0. So ni delete lah. So A bahagi A factorize dapat 2A plus A. 2 plus A is equal to 0. So A is equal to 0. Bukan. Another A is equals to negative 2. Okay. A is equal to 0. Another A is equal to 0 also. Bukan. Another A is coming from here lah. Okay. 2 plus A is equal to 0. So A is equal to negative 2. Okay. You should know that. So you have two values of A. So you will have two values of B. So from equation 2, negative A squared plus B is equals to 0. So your B will be also 0 when your A is 0. Manakala kalau sini pula, sini negative 4 plus B is equal to 0. So B is equals to negative 4. Negative 4 ke 4? 4 lah. Astaghfirullah. Apalah aku ni. So in conclusion, you have A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, dan juga A is equals to negative 2, dan B dia adalah 4. You have two types of answer here. Dengan niat tak nak tulis, tapi tulis juga. So we have two values of AB. One is 0, 0, another one is negative 2 and 4. So we just have to go to the next question. Dia kata, factorize Px completely by using the values of A and B obtained from part 6A. Okay, dah cari part 6A. Benda yang part 6A ni. Part A kot, part A. Hence, find the real roots of Px is equals to 0. So, nampak je equal to 0. Dia berkait dengan factor theorem. Dia juga berkait dengan zeros of polynomial. Remember? So, kamu kena hafal theorem-theorem ni dengan zeros of polynomial. If you hafal dan faham, you memang tak ada masalah langsung dalam chapter 6. Okay? So, yeah. Dia kata dengan syarat where X and B are not equal to 0. So what is our A and B now? So, our A and B yang kita patut pakai adalah ini sahaja. Kita perlu pakai A negative 2, B 4. Okay, B is equals to 4. So, let's do the second question, B. So, our Px is initially apa? Boleh tak kita copy ni? Duplicate it. So, our Px initially this. Initially it is that. Okay. Tapi sekarang ni kita dah ada nilai A dan B yang dia kata tak nak kosong. Tak nak kosong, masukkanlah yang ada nilai. Yang bukan kosong. So x cubed minus 2x squared minus 2x plus 4. So that is our Px. That is That is our PX untuk menjawab soalan B. So now dia minta apa? Dia minta factorize completely. Kita dah buat kali ketiga dah ni. Factorize completely. Kan dia yang minta kan soalan. Factorize completely. Is it? Ni factorize completely. So kalau factorize completely, kena go through long division. But step 1, before doing the long division, we must do find the number of factor. So number of factors is highest power minus 2. So in this case, highest power kita 3 je. Ni 3 tolak 2 is equals to 1. So our number of factor here is only 1. So step kedua, what is the number of factor? I think before this, kita dah ada satu information di mana kita tahu x minus 2 is one of the factor. Is a factor. Okay, so pakai je lah. So pakai yang ini untuk jawab soalan B. See, you kena faham factor theorem ni. If you faham factor theorem, you tahu you boleh pakai x minus 2. Dekat mana? Dekat sini. X minus 2 is a factor. Is a factor of px. So you tinggal pakai je. And then step yang seterusnya, long division. Stepnya sama je kan? So so do the long division. So long division, here we go. And then what? And then just use your ni lah, factor ni. Factor kamu apa? X minus 2. Yeah. So untuk buat long division, you kena ada you punya soalan polinomial dan you perlu ada divisor. Divisor dekat sini datang dari mana? Datang daripada factor sahaja. Okay? Untuk menjawab factorize completely. Okay? This is, as I said, we need long division. But before we do the long division, we must have its factor. Kita hanya perlu one factor only because of this formula. Number of factors, highest power tolak 2 adalah 1. So we only need one. Only need one factor is enough already. It's enough to do long division. Okay, sebab itulah ada step 1 dekat sini. Okay, remember my steps here. My steps here is giving you marks. I'm not suka-suka ajar, penat-penat ajar, tak. Saya ajar untuk bagi kamu markah. So I'm teaching right now is for you to get marks, to help you. Okay, so just please follow. So x squared, here x cubed minus 2x squared. So here is tolak, kosong, kosong. Sini pun kosong tak? Tinggallah belakang, negative 2x plus 4. So here will be minus 2. Here we'll get negative 2x plus 4. Ta-da! So 0 remainder. So actually, step keempat, apa dia? Statement. Step keempat, write down the statement. Write down the statement ataupun what we call as the formula of the long division. Formula of the long division is Px is equal over dx. Boleh tak saya nak skip terus je? Boleh lah. Px is equals to quotient darabkan dengan divisor tambah remainder. That's the formula. That's the statement. So what we have to do is just put the quotient, duplicate, put the divisor. Put the divisor over here, put the bracket and then plus 0. Letaklah plus 0, baru kamu faham, oh remainder dia memang kosong. Tak salah untuk letak plus 0, just for the sake of understanding. The thing is, yang ini boleh difakturkan. Miss, betul ke boleh? Yeah. Do you want me to show you magic without using calculator? I'll show you the magic. Plus 0 tak payah tulis sana So belakang ni sama je. So now I'll show you the magic. X without using calculator tau. Saya tahu saya boleh dapat apa. Satu tambah, satu tolak. Just like that. Tada, that's my answer. That's the simple magic that I have produced without using calculator. Miss, how do you do it so quickly to get the answer like that? Tanpa guna calculator. Do you want to know some tips from me? Some tips, sort of like some good tips. Good tips of memorizing without using calculator. Do you want to know what? Do you want to know how? If you want to know, I'll teach you. If you don't want, it's okay. So I call this is my maths teacher during my Form 4 and Form 5, my tuition maths teacher. I want to learn magic. This is my maths Form 4 and Form 5 tuitions teacher. She taught me, Mrs. Tan. Yeah, Mrs. Tan taught me how to do this magic. She called it as Mickey Mouse method. Mickey Mouse magic. Mickey Mouse magic ke method ke tak kisahlah. Mickey Mouse method. So this Mickey Mouse method, you know Mickey Mouse bentuk dia macam ni kan? Yeah, Mickey Mouse is like that. So basically, if you have A squared minus B squared, you will get the formula lah. Pada asalnya, ni memang formula ni bukan dari saya. I'll teach you, I'll show you how. So the magic is just having a Mickey Mouse, maksudnya telinga Mickey Mouse mesti square. Dan muka Mickey Mouse mesti tolak. Okay, you must have square dekat telinga dan tolak sahaja dekat muka. That Mickey Mouse square and tolak sahaja yang boleh jadi magic. Magicnya adalah just write down A, just write down A, just write down B, like this. A, B, A, B. And then dia akan jadi one of it is plus and another one is minus. That is the Mickey Mouse method. Okay. So let's say kena buat latihan banyak sikit lah. Saya bawa dia turun lah. Since kita nak belajar magic kan. So let's say example we have x squared minus 9. Dia mesti minus tau, dia tak boleh plus. You know that you can change the 9 into 3 squared. So when you have changed into 3 squared, you terus nampak Mickey Mouse. Ta-da! See? When you have found the Mickey Mouse, you terus boleh tulis bracket. You tulis x, and then bukan you tulis x, you tulis x3. You mesti tulis yang base dia ni. Tulis yang base dia x3, and the symbol will be 1 and the symbol will be plus, another one is minus. Just like that. Samalah juga kalau you jangan terkejut kalau you jumpa x squared minus 2. Minus 2 like this question. Don't be afraid if you found miss, ni bukannya boleh jadi squared. Yeah, I know memang tak boleh jadi squared. Tapi dia boleh jadi x squared minus square root 2 in bracket squared. Kelakar tak benda ni? Bagi saya kelakar lah. I do not know if you don't think this is funny, but I find this funny because I can create a square root. Even though initially it is 2, I just create a square root. Bila I create a square root, I can put a square. Sebab square root 2 times squared, kita akan dapat 2. 2 is the initial question. 2 is the initial soalan. So this is literally equal to each other. Right? So bila saya ada squared sebagai telinga Mickey Mouse and muka dia tolak, muka dia adalah negative sign, and so I can produce the magic. The magic is having the base x and square root 2. So I just write down x and square root 2, x and square root 2, and then I just put plus and minus. Settle. Yay! It's fun and lesson becomes effective. Yes, I think it's the most memorized method. Orang kata the most awesome method that I really love it lah. This Mickey Mouse method is things that I have been using for years from my Form 4 year to until I'm teaching you all right now. I'm still using the Mickey Mouse method and teaching my friends uh, right now. So it's kind of fun if you use this Mickey Mouse method. Means you don't have to use no more calculator. No more calculator, just a Mickey Mouse method. Uh, Literally so much easy to apply. Yeah, exactly. We remember it through Mickey Mouse shape. So if you all have apa cara menghafal yang mudah, feel free to share with me also. Okay, this is one of my teachers lah. My Form 4 teachers taught me about this Mickey Mouse method. Actually, I can also create so many hafal punya methods, to help my students. But I'm also still learning. So if you guys have a lot of ideas in creating how you can memorize them so easily, like this Mickey Mouse method, please do share with me. I'm so open. I really open for a suggestion and also memorize method so that we can learn mathematics in a fun way. You can create names by yourselves and you create the name, and if it's useful we can all use it, and it's going to be fun. Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, thanks to my teacher. So okay, itu sahajalah dari saya untuk hari ini. I can only discuss 3 questions for you guys. So question 39, I'll write down and I'll give you the PDF afterwards. Okay, so please remember, what we learned today is just only factor theorem and remainder theorem. Itu sahaja basically. So chapter 6 ni sangat mudah. Cumanya kena betul-betul faham apakah itu factor theorem dan juga remainder theorem. So, I'd like to ask all of you, adakah membantu explanation saya tentang factor theorem dan remainder theorem? Okay, how many percent do you understand factor theorem dan remainder theorem? Boleh tak tulis dekat ruangan chat di situ? Tell me how many percent do you understand factor theorem and remainder theorem? Is it 100% or is it 80% or 70%, 60%? Tulislah apa pendapat kamu. Kamu faham betul tak? Kamu faham tak apa saya ajar? Perbezaan factor theorem dan remainder theorem. How many percent do you understand now? How many percent, guys? Janganlah segan. It doesn't matter at all how many percent do you understand it. I just want to know. Do you really understand factor theorem? 100%. 100%. Yes, it is helpful. My understanding towards factor theorem, remainder theorem is 84%. That is very specific, Lim. 84%. You can write in 90% or 80%. Membantu sangat, Miss. Dia buat lawak kat sini. 12% needed to be developed again, yes. Eva kata sangat membantu Miss 100%. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Evel 80% Miss. How about the rest of you? 90%. Yay. Alhamdulillah. I'm so grateful that you understand today's lesson. So basically, saya tak nak sangat pun buat jalan kerja tu. Saya sebenarnya memang nak mengajar tentang literally how do I explain, how do I make it clear factor theorem, how do I make it clear remainder theorem. Okay, daripada ayat yang panjang-panjang tu kan. And how do you understand factorize completely? Okay, just yelah perlu usaha yang lebih banyak lagi. Okay, and yeah, and a lot of practice. Okay, buatlah sahaja. I know you haven't finished all of the questions, right? So please saya mohon semua orang hafal lah. Kalau kamu hafal dan faham, ada dua benda ni dalam matematik, hafal dan faham, you will get A for maths. I can guarantee you that, I can promise you that if you hafal dan you faham at the same time, you have these two things, you will get A bulat dalam mathematics. Apa-apa pun sahaja konsep, you hafal dan you faham, dua ni benda yang you buat, you akan guarantee, I can guarantee you get A, full A. A bulat tau. Whole A for mathematics for this semester 1. Okay, so please do a lot of practice. Buatlah tu soalan-soalan tutorial tu terlalu banyak. I know you haven't finished all of them yet, so this is the time to do more and more practice. Okay, so I shall stop now. Apa ni? Lim kata 84 understand, 12 is in progress, 4 is unknown reason as mathematics is not discovered completely. Exactly. We still need to learn more. Bersemangat. Yes, exactly. 4% unknown reason as mathematics is not discovered yet. It's true. Sebab itulah sometimes Miss akan cakap formula is a theory, because that formula and the theory, some formula is not really been discovered fully. We do not know yet until that mathematician has discovered and has proven to many of the other mathematicians, okay, yang boleh membuktikan, oh benda ni sangat betul, oh benda ni sangat tepat. Barulah 100% these things are all correct. Tapi itulah, we are human, we are not perfect. We are still learning. That's why there are always an error in everything, right? So tak apa, kamu belajar teori, kamu belajar formula, setakat peringkat kamu, silibus kamu, level kamu, it's not wrong. It's not wrong to learn any knowledge, any subject. You learn it even though it's not, if you do not know the truth of it, you are still learning. That's all that matters, right? You don't have to, you can ask a lot, to think a lot. Kalau kamu jenis yang thinker, you should think a lot. Why this? Why that? Lagi-lagi biology kan? Why this? Why that? How is it become? Even maths is also like that. How has it become? Why is it like that? Why is this formula? Why do we need to use this and that? In learning, it's very good to ask a lot of why lah. Tapi sebagai pelajar yang menghormati, yang mempunyai rasa hormat, they should receive this. They should receive the knowledge first. When they receive the knowledge first, they try to hadam first. Maksudnya they keep quiet first. They keep quiet and they hadam sendiri, they faham sendiri. After the certain time, barulah dia boleh argue. Okay, not you faham, you baru je tahu knowledge ni, and then you terus nak argue. That is not good in learning. Okay. In learning is where you accept first. When you accept first the knowledge and then you digest it, you take times of understanding it, barulah you boleh argue and ask a lot of whys. Okay? But for the first time that you've seen this knowledge, you should just listen and hafal and faham. Itu maksud saya. Okay? So the first knowledge that you receive is where you must hafal dan faham dulu. Nanti barulah boleh argue. Okay? So that is the respect of learning in any knowledge. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop now because I'm going to do the backup UPS 2 for the rest of the other students. Okay, so goodbye everyone. Good luck. All the best. Do your work. Okay, continue doing your work. Chapter 6, you haven't finished it. I know all of you haven't finished it. You can resubmit your PDF in the GC, in the Google Classroom. You can resubmit your work. Don't worry, you can resubmit your full work. Buat saja, hantar saja. Yang penting buat. Okay, so I'll see you guys on Friday. Assalamualaikum. Bye. Bye bye.